Prince Markle today revealed he doesn't think his daughter will see him again until he is lowered into the ground in a coffin, and justified being paid to take part in a Channel 5 documentary, saying, "Meghan owes me, it's time to look after Daddy." In a tell-all 90-minute film, which airs tonight at 9 p.m., he also accuses Prince Harry of acting like a sensitive 12-year-old and pledged to evidence against the couple in the High Court, saying, "I'm going to defend myself." Accusing his daughter and son-in-law of saying trashy things about him, he said, "I don't care. At this point, they owe me. The royals owe me. Harry owes me, Meghan owes me. What I've been through I should be rewarded for. My daughter told me that when I reach my senior years she'll take care of me. I'm in my senior years now, it's time to look after Daddy." In the extraordinary film, he also reveals the details of his last phone call with the Sussexes on the eve of their 2018 wedding, as it emerged he had posed for a paparazzi photographer, a decision he says will haunt me for the rest of my life. He said, "Harry said to me, if you had listened to me, this wouldn't have happened to you. I said to him, it's too bad I didn't die because then you guys could pretend you were sad, and I hung up on them. I was done." He has never spoken to them since or met Archie, despite sending texts and letters, and added, "I don't think at this point they're thrilled to see me or want to talk to me. The last time they might see me is being lowered into the ground." Thomas' comments come after the Queen's top aides finalized a deal for the couple, who are stepping back as senior royals in a bid to seek financial independence. He describes Meghan and Harry's behavior as embarrassing, says they are turning into lost souls, and, in a reference to a discount American supermarket giant, adds, "They're turning it, the royal family, into a Walmart with a crown on." He said, "Every young girl wants to become a princess, and she got that, and now she's tossing that away. It looks like she's tossing that away for money." And referring to their refurbished home at Frogmore Cottage near Windsor Castle, he says, "Apparently $3 million and a 26-room home isn't enough for them. It is kind of embarrassing to me." Sitting on a wicker chair at his home in Mexico, Thomas, a retired Hollywood lighting director, is filmed talking thoughtfully about his relationship with Meghan and Prince Harry. He discusses the moment the former Suits actress called to tell him about her new boyfriend, after she met Prince Harry in 2016, but reveals he didn't know what it meant that she was dating a member of the royal family. He explains, "She calls me on the phone and she said, 'I've got a new boyfriend.' I said, 'Great,' and she says, 'He's British.' I said, 'Okay,' and she said, 'He's a prince.' I said, 'All right,' and she said, 'He's Prince Harry.' I said, 'Oh, ok.' I didn't know what it meant. She could have been dating a Hollywood star, and it would have been just as important to me, because you know either way they are both high numbers." He continues, "She said, 'Do you want to talk to him?' and handed him the phone. He said, 'Hello,' in a very British way, and we talked a bit, and that was nice." Later, he claims he was told not to apologize to the royal family after he suffered a heart attack, which meant he missed the royal wedding. "I apologize to you," he says. "I want to apologize to the Queen and to the royal family. I want to do that, and I was told by them, don't. And I was scheduled to go to the airport and go fly to England because they still wanted me to come to the wedding and be at the wedding. And at that time I got a massive heart attack and was then taken to the Sharp Hospital, across the border. It was in the evening, I'm not sure about the time, maybe about 9 or 10. They took me in and said, 'We'll stabilize you. We'll take care of you.'" He adds, "It was bad. The doctors said that would kill me. They put a stent in here, and another one here. I had the procedure, and I asked the doctor, 'Can't I fly tomorrow?' He laughed at me and said, 'There's no way you can fly anywhere.' So I spoke to Meghan and Harry. I think I rang them at this point, because I'd already told them I would be coming now. I called them and said, 'I can't come.' I'm sure Meghan cried and was very upset, and I'm sure Harry seemed upset." He also discusses hearing that his daughter was pregnant through the radio in his car, rather than over the phone like he had always dreamed of. "I was sitting in my car waiting to cross the border, and I heard the good news from the royals is that Meghan is pregnant," Thomas explains. which is almost a joke when you tell people, well, you heard it on the radio. This is my daughter, talking about my grandchild. She's going to have a grandchild that's mine. I'm not hearing about it on the phone, I'm hearing about it on the radio. The 90-minute documentary explores the background to what he calls his complicated relationship with his daughter and their dramatic fallout in the run-up to her wedding to Prince Harry in May 2018. In addition, it charts Meghan's formative years. She lived with Thomas between the ages of 11 and 18. It comes as the grinning Duke of Sussex touched down in Vancouver on Monday night, and yesterday it emerged he has already organized events across America for his charity St. Ball, which supports children affected by HIV in Lesotho and Botswana. Harry, who used a St. Ball dinner in London this week to claim he and Meghan no choice but to quit as senior royals, has pledged to help the world beat AIDS as a legacy to his late mother Diana, Princess of Wales, while his close friend Sir Elton John's foundation has raised £240 million $300 million to fight the virus and help its victims. St. Ball chairman Johnny Hornby told the Evening Standard yesterday, "The Duke is a global figure and HIV is a challenge for the world to try to help solve. We know the Duke has the ability to challenge the stigma that surrounds HIV and shine a light on these issues, whichever side of the pond he finds himself on." On Monday, the Duke of Sussex rushed through a series of meetings at the UK-Africa Investment Summit in Greenwich and is not believed to have seen William before catching a 5:30 p.m. flight out of Heathrow to Vancouver. But he did reportedly hold a meeting with his Kensington Palace team about managing his and Meghan's affairs because they will now be in Canada for the foreseeable future. A smiling Meghan Markle took Archie and her 2 dogs for a walk in Vancouver hours before Harry landed in Canada. Meanwhile, William hosted a summit of the United for Wildlife (UF) task forces at St. James's Palace, having held his first solo reception at Buckingham Palace on Monday while Harry was already crossing the Atlantic. UF was set up by the Royal Foundation, a joint foundation that was founded by William, Kate and Harry 6 years ago before he married Meghan, but the Duke and Duchess of Sussex then broke away from the foundation last June as rumours of a rift between the couples grew. Meanwhile, the Duchess of Cambridge launched a survey of early childhood she hopes will trigger lasting change for generations to come. Kate is spending 24 hours touring the country to publicize the initiative and said today, "As a parent, I know how much we cherish the future health and happiness of our children. I want to hear the key issues affecting our families and communities so I can focus my work on where it is needed most. My ambition is to provide lasting change for generations to come." The mother of 3 kicked off her solo whistle-stop tour in Birmingham yesterday and will take in London, Cardiff and Surrey today to raise awareness of the poll, 5 Big Questions on the Under-5s, thought to be the largest of its kind in the UK. Speaking at Brum, an interactive, child-sized mini-city at think tank, Birmingham's Science Museum, the Duchess said, "I'm here today to launch a survey to hear society's views about raising the next generation. Parents, carers and families are at the heart of caring for children in the formative years, so that is why I really want to listen to them. The early years are more crucial for future health and happiness than any other moment in our lifetime." Wearing a bright green patterned shirt and wide-legged trousers, Kate was given a tour of the town by 80-year-old Mini Mayor, Poppy Jordan. Children from Henley Montessori School and St. Paul's Nursery in Balsall Heath showed the royal visitor their workshop, before popping into the laundry, a shop, a cafe and a mini-museum.